Good evening. What's that for?
That's some new music Mondays
Oh, that's right. You can do that, huh?
logoing.
There you go. There you go. Why's mine not working?
I did that and then regretted it because I thought, God, my hand looks really weird up that close to the camera. So.
Hello, Martin.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Julian. How's South Africa today?
Always good.
Always good.
Cold.
Well, gosh,
We
that's
had a
very
bit of
positive.
We had a bit of a cold front this weekend. We thought summer was here, and then all of a sudden this weekend hit us, and it was like, sorry for you. No summer for you. So it's now starting to warm up a bit, and it's all good.
Weather updates from
Johannesburg, London. How's London's weather?
From the southern hemisphere.
How's London's
it's
weather?
Bank Holiday Monday here, so it's very typically grey and overcast.
Typical London weather then.
Yeah, pretty much, especially for a bank holiday. It's like, should we do something nice on the bank holiday? Yeah, well, take an umbrella.
You guys have had festival weekend in the UK. Reading,
There's
I've
been
watching all the
so
clips,
many
man.
going on. Yeah,
Wow.
so many going on this weekend. Yeah.
I was watching Stormzy and a whole lot of the guys on the Reading Festival and just catching up clips during the weekend. And there was some that looks like it was just jam-packed.
Yeah. And
Makes
that's
me
just
so
the biggest
jealous.
one.
I just want to go to a festival, man. And
That's
you
the
were
biggest
at a
one of the
festival as
weekend.
well.
I was at the Victorious Festival in Portsmouth down on the coast, which I foolishly or ignorantly or naively, I hadn't realised the scale of it. I was kind of thinking, oh yeah, good little festival by the sea. It was
With Royal
enormous.
Blood, I think it's going to be a lot bigger than a good little festival.
It was a very good,
And
not
you got to
little
watch
festival.
Supergrass. Damn, I'm so
Supergrass,
jealous.
loads. I mean, that's just Sunday. I was there. I'm trying to even remember what the lineup was for the rest of the weekend because they had Friday, Saturday as well. They've had a great lineup over the weekend. I did see yesterday a great show from Supergrass. Just probably 20 years since I last saw them play live.
Wow.
But they were, yeah. I mean, I think I said to you before we came on. It is hit after hit, literally. You kind of they play a song, you go, oh yeah, that was a good song. That was a good Supergrass. What are they going to play next? Oh God, that's one of theirs as well. That's an amazing track. That's
It's like the other
cool.
band I want to see from them that I really, really want to see is The Verve.
Yeah, but I know Supergrass kind of disappeared for a while as well, but I think the chances of Supergrass getting together were always going to be a little bit higher than the chances of the Verve getting together. Interestingly, though, you may not know this, Richard Ashcroft was actually due to headline yesterday.
And he didn't.
He pulled out because he disagrees with the whole vax passports and all that COVID testing.
Why?
At festivals. He didn't want to take part in any of the testing and all that kind of stuff, so he withdrew.
Why? I mean, at least we're trying to keep people safe. Isn't that the whole point? No, look,
It's probably not a good discussion to get into on this show.
Anti-vaxxing and vaxxing. No. Let's not do that. Because it's a big thing here as
But
well.
it's just funny that you picked up on the Verve because he was actually due to play yesterday. Well, he had been booked and then he withdrew. So.
Okay, well, sad for him.
There you go.
Just on another story of the week, because I just while we get quickly onto musicians, etc., the young guy suing Nirvana for the cover.
Oh,
Yet
my
for
goodness.
the last 10 years, he has taken a photo of himself in the pool every year on his birthday, showing him getting older, just basically recreating the whole scene. Now, all of a sudden, he decides to sue them.
Yeah.
Go figure that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to make of all of that kind of stuff. I mean, the ins and outs of the legalities of all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, basically,
crazy, man.
it's the old story, isn't it? There's going to be somebody making a lot of money out of that, and it's probably going to be a lawyer.
Yeah, probably. Some guy convinced him, you can make $3 million if you sue them now. And
And he may be
away
right,
he goes.
but it's definitely it's going to be lawyers who are going to make money out of that.
Well, talking about 90s bands, etc., I'm really excited tonight because we've got a hell of a lineup tonight.
Awesome.
And probably my favorite rock band of the century. We have Theo joining us to discuss the brand new Springbok Nude. So I'm very excited. Their album is dropping on Friday, and I am so excited. I know that the vinyl's available for release, so you can literally go and pre-order, but we'll chat to Theo a little bit later, just in a little while about that. But coming up first, all the way from London, and we're Dartford.
Dartford to London, yes.
Dartford in London. Let's get our first guest on, shall we?
Yeah, man.
Hello.
Welcome, Tizane.
Tizane.
Hey, I was admiring your the videos, the cut scenes you have.
Oh yeah,
on TV. They're really cool.
yeah.
I like them.
That's,
We make them ourselves.
Julian, I
make
can't claim any credit for that at all.
I'm impressed.
That's all. No, wait a minute. Him.
This way. Wait.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah. That's awkward, isn't it?
I
That?
hate that. I get so confused when I read it.
So yeah, anything you see that looks. I basically just sit here talking into a microphone. Anything you see that's kind of technically orientated is that'll be Julian. So he deserves all the credit in the world for that because it's a great job.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How have you been? How's your bank holiday weekend in the glorious UK?
Well, we went. I travelled up to Rotherham up north, which is about a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
On Saturday, and did a gig, and then travelled to Manchester, which is like a 2-hour drive, and then did another gig, and then I came home, and I got home at like 1 in the morning, went to bed at like 3 in the morning. Now I'm here. So I've had a really fun weekend though. It was really great to be performing again. I had like the best time.
Is that your first? Because I know a lot of people over the weekend, especially almost every act that was playing at this festival I was at over the weekend was saying this is our first performance. This is our first one back. Have you had a chance to play, or was that new for you as well?
No, it's I've had quite a few gigs recently. I mean, as soon as I kind of felt safe enough to go out, like after lockdown and everything, I went out and started playing because I've missed it a lot. So I've done quite a few now. I'm having a really nice time doing them.
Brilliant. I've been hearing great that the audience response to all the gigs as well has been amazing. That's what I've been hearing from artists because they've obviously been waiting so long to get out and see live artists as well, which is great because I think maybe people did get a little bit ambivalent. Hopefully, long may that continue. So I think maybe people just kind of, it's another thing on. Whereas now, because it's been so long since they've been out, they're like, well, don't take it away from us again. We're going to enjoy every single minute of it.
Yeah, they kind of realise how fun it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, that's great. So, Rotherham's a bit of a journey right enough from London. Is that normal for you? Is that unusual to go that far, or is that a normal kind of I'm running up and down the country on a regular basis?
I mean, obviously before COVID, I was a lot smaller. I mean, I'm still a small artist, but before COVID, I was a lot smaller, and I was doing gigs, but they were very local to me. They were kind of like the pub down the road. I'd set up a little gig there, and I'd go do that. And then during COVID was when I started growing a bit more. So, I'm not that used to traveling hours all over the place, but after COVID, I've been able to do a lot of London gigs, places that I wasn't doing in the past. So yeah, I guess hopefully it will become a more common thing because it was so fun. So yeah, there's comments coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Josie.
I have to quickly say hello to my mom. Hey, Mom.
Yeah, hi, Sandy. Yeah.
Hi, Sandy.
Mother comes on watching.
Oh, her dog.
Yes.
Picture.
Little Luna.
So cute.
My mother loves her animals. We all do. We all love our animals. Where's my dogs? I don't know where they're going right now. Probably causing chaos, destroying everything in the house.
So you say things have kind of grown during the lockdown. Was that always planned, or was that did being sort of just online or something? What did something change during that lockdown period, or was that always part of the sort of plan to escalate things during that time? Obviously, you didn't plan COVID, but
no. No, well, it wasn't the plan, obviously, because nobody saw it coming. It just kind of came out of nowhere. But luckily, my manager George is a very smart man. He's over here.
I know. I saw his leg in the corner. He's trying to stay out of the way, but I saw a knee appear in shot a minute ago. Hi, George.
Oh, there we go, George.
He's a very smart man, so he worked out a few ways to kind of continue the growth. Bye, George. Oh,
Hello.
Hello, George.
But yeah, so as soon as COVID hit and we kind of realised, we were all, of course, very upset and scared about it, but we definitely went about it a good way. We instantly started planning weekly live streams. They started off really small, literally me in my little home studio at my house with a webcam, and we'd do all that. My brother would help me with that, getting the sound through and everything. That started as a weekly thing, and then obviously it actually escalated into a big showcase with a big stage and everything, like these live streams. And I think it was as much as we could do during COVID, and it was the best thing to do, thanks to George. So I think that helped a lot, as well as just writing more songs after, you know, not being allowed to go out. So I was kind of forced to write songs, which obviously I love. So, you know, it helped a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you take a songwriting approach of kind of reflecting what was going on, or did you think, I definitely don't want to do that, or was it just kind of, well, see what happens? Because I've heard sort of artists say both, sort of a, you know, I really wanted to write about this situation, and also one's going, that's the last thing I want to write about because I don't know if anyone wants to hear it. How did it impact your songwriting?
I've never really thought about that. Like, I hear people have actually written songs about lockdown and COVID and stuff, but I've never really, because when I write, I don't think I'm going to write about this, you know, I kind of just write, and whatever the song sounds like to me, I will write lyrics that suit the music, you know, so I don't really plan it out. I think maybe it has like subconsciously affected my songwriting. Maybe there's a little hint of, you know, the feeling of being locked away and that sort of thing. And, you know, normally I write a lot about mental health, so maybe, you know, maybe it has affected it without me realising or intending for it to, but I'm not against it, or I just write.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Probably that's how most people are approaching things.
Yeah, I think
that
so,
kind of, I feel like I've been writing about it or not writing about it, but it's not that kind of deliberate. It's just that's where their head's at. Whatever's coming out, basically.
Yeah, it's what everyone's experiencing. So.
Yeah. So is this a debut release then?
My EP, I had my album come out. I had a debut album which was called Cherry, and then I'm kind of taken a little bit of a turn with my music. Kind of with Cherry, my album, that was quite funky but also sad, but quite electronic. And then I decided to release this EP called Who's Gonna Hurt Me Now, which I think you got the video for. Yeah, I wanted to release that with a couple covers in there, just to kind of slowly change from so much of this electronic sound into more of a raw kind of orchestral sound. Actually, that song is. But it's my new EP.
Should we check it out?
Yeah.
We'll have a bit more of a chat about the song after we heard it.
Let's do it. Here we go. Who's Gonna Hurt Me Now? Tizane.
I've hoped it's my last time to recover for a while. I've dreamt the canvas in my mind, once complete but erased with a touch. God, I'm gone. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone feel me? Am I too rough? God, I'm gone. Can no one find me? Has anyone looked in? Had the luck? It's my own. I'm giving out. When I give up, who's gonna hurt me now? It's my heart that's on the line. My energy is slowly dying, but who's gonna hurt me now? Who's gonna hurt me now? Who's gonna hurt me now? Oh, fuck it. I'm a mystery. In my mystery is your touch. Oh, leave it. I'm like piano keys. Once you've left me, I collect dust. God, I'm gone. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone feel me? Am I too rough? God, I'm gone. Can no one find me? Has anyone looked in?
Who's gonna hurt me now? Tizane. Wow.
Yay.
Wow, wow, wow. Big voice. Gotta give one of these.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
You got that in stereo, Martin. What a voice. Absolutely
I
stunning.
didn't turn it up and remember which button it is, but yeah, there you go.
You can have it in stereo. And stereo. Love it. Beautiful, beautiful track. And we even saw George in the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spotted you, George. We spotted you.
My mum was in there.
Your mum was in there.
Also your mum.
Fantastic.
My makeup artist, loads of people.
Fantastic.
We love it.
Out the video, I kept saying I've got to be in there. They're saying, please, George, don't be in the video.
We're
You were in
glad you
charge
were,
of
George.
directing it, George. You're calling the shots. We know. That's a great job. It's a fantastic imagery to go with a really powerful song as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant song, brilliant video.
Did you manage to stay friends with whoever it was who was pouring all the liquid on top of you? Though?
My dad.
Your dad.
It's
You're
like,
definitely staying friends with your dad.
Honestly, you can actually see in some of those clips, it was so cold. It was my idea. I was like, I've got to have paint poured on me.
yeah.
So we mixed like milk and food colouring. So it was very cold and kind of gross, but it was like very cold. So it was being poured on me, and I had like a top that we tied, so it was kind of like my whole skin was showing all here. So the paint was pouring on me, and I had this thing where it's like, imagine being thrown into like a pool of freezing water, like the shock in your body. As soon as the paint, a lot of it, I was literally like, and I went into like a panic, like distress. And the video actually caught me like spitting the paint out, and it went in my ear, and I couldn't hear because it was so thick. It was in my ears, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Throwing it at me. And
Got to respect to what artists go through to make these amazing images, because that looked like it was hard work.
yeah, it was really fun though, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Just you talking about the cold. I mean, you remember that ice bucket challenge they were doing about
yes.
3 or 4
God,
years
yes, I
ago?
remember. I was in one of those.
You've been doing that over and over again throughout the course of an entire video shoot.
No, I remember that they poured it on me, and then I was like, right, let's stop now. Because we have a shower as well, so I was like, I'm gonna go get in the shower right now. And then George was like, no, let's do a little bit more. And I was like, no. And he was like, go on. And I'm really glad I did, because we did end up getting a decent amount of shots of me really like in distress, which is what I wanted it to come out like, with the paint. But
I love the video. I think that definitely is going to be sneaking into our New Music Mondays top 6 very, very, very soon.
Yeah, that's really good.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. How can people find out more information about you?
If you guys want to follow any of my socials or literally anything, if you just head over to tizane.net, Tizane.net. I've got a little store on there as well. And yeah, you can listen to all my songs on there, Spotify, Tizane, just type in Tizane really. And yeah, thank you for having me.
Fantastic. It's
Awesome.
been an absolute
Thank you,
pleasure.
Tizane.
Great to catch up with you. And keep in touch whenever you've got
Yes.
anything
Yeah,
more,
let us
more coming
know.
out. Is the EP out now, or is that to follow?
It's out now.
It's
It's
out now.
Cool.
Okay, fantastic.
When you know your live shows online, let us know. We'll share it with the fans.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks so
Fantastic.
much for joining us, Tizane.
Congratulations. Good
Thank
luck with it. And yeah, hopefully we'll have you back again soon.
Yeah,
And
I'd
maybe, we'll need to get you over to South Africa so you can win an award, clearly. So that'll have to happen as
Cool.
well.
There you go. Cool.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Tizane.
Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. It's happened so quickly. She was there, then she was gone.
Gone.
Gone here, gone there. Man.
fair enough.
Oh, well, that's the second time I've been caught out in a week like that, isn't it? Literally, it's the second time I've been caught out.
Goodbye.
I don't even get a chance to push my outro. Well, let's get our next guest on then, I suppose. Why waste any time, shall we?
Yeah. Cool.
Let's do it. Theo,
Hey,
good
Theo.
evening. The legend, the one and only Theo Kraus. I think you're muted. Your mic's muted, Theo.
My goodness, man.
Ah,
you
there
go.
we go.
My goodness. How are you guys?
Good in you.
I'm-
Welcome
Very
to
well.
New Music Mondays.
I'm sorry that I'm smoking on the show.
Hey, no, don't stress.
I'm not hurting
I'm
anyone.
having a beer. Well, it's not alcoholic, but I'm still having one.
Also,
I could have a
also-
tequila.
My studio is
Martin,
always so
Martin.
dark. Maybe I must sit in the light.
There you go.
Okay,
That
there
is,
is.
studios are supposed to be dark, though, aren't they? You're not allowed like light in a studio. It's kind of the wrong thing. Yes.
Martin, just to give you an idea, this is South Africa's most legendary producer of all.
Yay!
This man is a legend.
Look at that.
He
Is that an
is,
SSL?
yeah, that's-
Yeah, it's an SSL.
It's
It's
duality. Is it?
it's no,
An
it's an
older one.
older SSL. It's like a 4000.
Nice.
I'll let you producers talk for a while. Just
It's a 4000 G plus. So it's an older SSL.
Yeah. But those are the ones that people want the strips from. Those are all the emulations that they're doing. There's all those kind of G strip
Yeah.
emulations. That's what everyone wants to recreate on a computer. It's that.
That's right.
Brilliant.
You've
So
got
this
a
was actually a G plus, which was made in 1997. Now the one strip that you want is from the 80s, but this console came from Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers requested the 80s strips with this desk. So these, I don't know, for all the geeks out there, these are all black knob EQs, which is the one you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But for me, it was just luck of the draw. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just, that's how it came.
They're great though. So the folks, so you'll hear stuff played through a desk like that, and people say that's brilliant. What have you done to it? And you'll go, nothing. That's what it sounds like on
Yeah.
the
That's what it's
desk.
meant to sound like. This is how music
That's actually
should
how
sound.
I've been. That's how I've been surviving in the music industry. I just have an SSL. People go like, oh, and I go, yeah, oh, I did a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Theo, thank you for joining us tonight. Theo is a member of South Africa's most iconic rock band of all time, I like to think, Springbok Nude Girls. And I was going back, I was sitting here and going like, when was the first time I ever heard Nude Girls? And I'm going back, I think it was in, what is it, Rustenburg. There was a little pub. We were playing in a two-piece gig. And all of a sudden, the guys it was one of these varsity type things. And then everybody started disappearing. I was playing in a little two-piece back there. I said, where are you going? No, there's a band called the Springbok Nude Girls playing around the corner. And we're like, okay, well, we'll just cut our set, pack up everything, and we'll just join everybody. And that's exactly what we did. And I remember, and it was Butterfly, I've gone blank now, in my boots. And I was like, that just sold me. And ever since then, the whole country has been fans of the Nude Girls and is like, I mean, how many years is it now?
27.
It's insane.
27 years.
Wow. 27 years ago. It's crazy. I mean, when you sit back now, how does it feel? Did you think you would make 27 years of the Nude Girls?
No, I don't know. After 7 years, I think every band gets the 7 years, and then you feel like you don't want to do stuff. And then if you can get through the year after 7 years, yeah, funny story. We actually, after 7 years, we thought we just can't anymore. So we went to a radio station, which was by then was for the UK listeners called 5FM. And we went there with the view of breaking up. And it was 2001, and we arrived at the radio station, and people were fucking running around, like people were losing their shit. And we thought, wow, must be a big story for us breaking up. I don't know how it leaked. And as we walked into the studio, the first plane flew into the tower. It was 9/11, and so it wasn't our story. It wasn't us. And we're like, oh fuck! Well, what a day we chose to announce a hiatus in music. And anyway, we kept on after that, so it was fine.
And now, I mean, how many albums is it now? This would be your
It is this would be the sixth album.
sixth album. And well, I've got to say, I mean, but based on the first couple of tracks that have come off of this album, this is mind blowing. I mean, you guys have really gone. It feels like you've gone back to what the Nude Girls were in the beginning, but with a whole new edge. Excuse my chest there.
I think so. Look,
Party Apocalypse.
yeah. Party Fuck. So we all the members of Nude Girls are scattered. Our bassist, Arno Bloomer, is in the UK. I think he's in Bath. And then Adrian is in San Francisco, and the rest of us are in South Africa. So in 2018, we had a tour and we had time off, and we booked 2 weeks in the studio with me, and then we wrote that whole album in 2018. And then everybody went back to wherever they were, and then me and Arno kept fucking around until now. until we're happy.
And in between that, Arno's trying to do his whole painting thing as well. So I mean, it's like he's literally, I mean, he's turned into quite the artist in terms of
how good has he's gotten.
Well.
I mean, it's amazing how good he's, how good of a painter he was.
You there? Sorry, we lost you for a sec. Oh, we've lost you. Theo? We seem to have lost Theo.
Yeah. Frozen signal issue. That's yeah, it's like 7. What was it? There you go. There's something back. There you go.
You're back. You're back.
I'm back.
We lost you there for
I'm
a second.
back.
Yeah, we lost you for
I'm
a
going to
second.
sit in the dark.
Yeah, just sit in the dark. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as we can hear you, that's the most important
Okay,
thing.
fine.
Yeah. And obviously, I
Okay.
mean, the artwork on the album, is that Arnu's artwork?
Yeah. That's his artwork.
And that piece is actually now, I saw somebody, he's been selling that piece of artwork as well as a piece of artwork on its own.
Yeah, I think you should wait a bit until the album gets some traction so you can get more money for it.
Yeah.
You
Come
know?
like a collector's piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the album's also going to be available on vinyl.
Funny story is... Yeah.
Sorry, carry on with the funny story. We just keep breaking up with you.
Here we go.
There we go. Got you again.
Am I back? Yes?
Yep. Yes.
Arno Bloomer, our bassist, his mother was Arno's... She was marking his art when he was in high school. And she didn't know whether she should fail him or whether she should give him a distinction. Whether she should give him an A or whether she should fail him. Yeah.
So what did she end up doing?
She gave him an A.
Oh,
She gave him an
That
A.
kind of situation where you go, this is either amazing or awful, and I'm the person who's having to decide.
Yes, but she didn't know. I mean, we didn't know her then. We only met her much later.
Yeah.
So the vinyl plants are so behind now because of COVID.
I was going to ask you, has it put a bit of a spanner in the works in terms of making the vinyl available on time?
Yeah, so the vinyl, I think most of the vinyl plants are about 6 months behind.
Yeah.
There's a 6-month waiting list. So we'll probably only see a vinyl probably towards the end of the year, I reckon. But we are pressing vinyls, yes.
Fantastic.
But the people can pre-order the album. I've posted the link there on Bandcamp where they can pre-order the album now, as well as obviously being able to get the digital album when it comes out on Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, yeah.
That's
and
correct.
This
Through
Friday
Mongrel
will be
Records.
Bandcamp Friday, will it not? That's a good time to do
that's
it.
true.
This
It's also Bandcamp Friday.
all fees waived by Bandcamp this Friday. Everything goes to the artist, so get your wallet.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Weekend, guys.
Yeah.
Buy
Good
on
thing.
release day.
Buy it on release day. You get it and then obviously you can pre-order the vinyl, which will be coming out towards the end of the year. I know we've had quite a few bands that have come up on the show that have albums also coming out on vinyl, and same kind of scenario. I think it's happening all over the world. That you just cannot get vinyls out at this point in time. I think it was what was their names from Scotland that we interviewed recently.
Union of Knives, there's
Union of
been
Knives,
delayed.
their album's been
King's
delayed.
Parade album's been delayed.
There's a lot of guys getting their albums delayed at this point in time from a vinyl perspective. But
Yeah.
I will pre-order my vinyl, so I'm looking forward to getting that. And then in terms of the album, are you going to be touring it around South Africa as much as we can in this time at the moment? Is there a plan to do that?
Yeah, we're gonna do a launch on October the 3rd, and I don't think there's much live shows going on in South Africa right now. We're still limited to 50 people a show, and as you know, 50 people a show, it's not really. And I mean, streaming up to a point works,
Yeah.
but
But not to make money. Can't as a
yeah,
band.
well, if you play your show to everybody at once on a streaming platform, it kind of defeats the object of going to see the band next in when we come to London, or we come to Bloemfontein or Pretoria. You know, you can only stream maybe one show a month.
Yeah.
And
we're in that awkward scenario now where, you know, a little while ago you were streaming and because nobody could go anywhere, so it sort of made sense. But now, as you say, you've got this kind of conflict between in the UK, people can go out, they can go to shows, so the live stream thing becomes less of a commercial good idea for broadcasting in the UK, because people want to actually see you rather than doing the live stream, whereas places where they can't go out, the live stream makes sense. It's just added another kind of layer of logistics to trying to think about what's the best way to go forward, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's I mean 80%. I was reading this book, Rockonomics, by it's Barack Obama's ex-secretary of finance. He wrote this book called Rockonomics, and he was laying out, it was a recent book, where he's laying out the logistics and the financial side of the gig industry. And about 80% of income these days is derived from live music.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of artists are in trouble because of that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know when it will recover. I see the UK is recovering and the US is recovering.
100,000 people at festivals. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it remains to be seen what the kind of cultural impact of that as well, or the what's the word I'm looking for? The medical impact of that.
The COVID impact.
The COVID impact of that. Yeah. Whether that's been a good idea or not, but yeah, so far, fingers crossed.
Well, I see that there's some states in the US that has a spike in corona cases.
Mm-hmm.
Those are anti-vaxxer states a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's such a difficult subject because it's such a difficult thing to approach. Just from not from a holistic perspective, but just from out of a personal experiences. There's so many views, and everybody claims to know what they're saying, and we've become so bombarded with, you know, news and what is fake news and what isn't fake news and who should you believe and who shouldn't you believe, that it's almost impossible to have a decent conversation with someone without them trying to show you some research that they found. You know?
Or the fact that we're all going to become zombies. That's my favorite. I've been told I'm going to be a zombie. So I'm like, cool, let's bring the zombie apocalypse on. I'm ready.
So it's quite interesting. I mean, I don't know what the repercussions would be in the long term, because there will be. And we're going to see these repercussions, I guess, for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully some positive stuff will come out of it, and we can find out some new ways to share music, because in the bigger scheme of things, music only makes up about 2% of the world GDP. We're not a massive industry when it, you know, when you look at it that way. I think America is, I think that 2% of the America's GDP is music.
Wow.
And yeah, and that's the biggest
That's like
music industry we
Kanye
have.
West and all the people, these guys that claim to be
gods. So no wonder governments go like, oh, fuck it. We're the last people they think about when there was anybody to say. They're like, oh, fuck it. They don't do net. They're minute.
Don't need to worry about them.
Yeah.
But we do. And I mean, what would the world be without music? And I think, you know, as much as we can sit there and say it's only 2%, we would not have the world we have today if it wasn't for music.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because the average person listens to music 4 hours a day,
There you
whether
go.
it be on a movie or just iTunes
TV
or
series,
so.
whatever
So
it may
if you look at the GDP that music brings in, but the amount of time that the average person speaks, listens to the only universal language we have,
Yep.
it
Exactly.
kind of doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. And maybe that's why we need to find a new way to reinvigorate or rebuild the music industry as such. Because, like you say, 4 hours a day, there should be revenue. There should be a way to make this into the industry it should be. And I mean, where we're going to go to from here, I don't think any of us really know. But I mean, look, we've known for years the music industry needs to change. The record labels need to change. The whole streaming model needs to change. There's a big thing going on in terms of the Spotify profits and what they take, etc., etc. How do we get to be a lot more fair? So I think we're going to see. And I mean, I was chatting to Martin a couple of weeks ago. What's that coalition you've got in the UK, Martin? In
The
terms
Featured Artist Coalition.
Yeah, where they are just pushing to really equalize the industry, for want of a better word.
Got
and find
government
new ways.
reporting. There's been a lot of government investigation here. Actually, there's a thing called the DCMS report, I think it's called, which was just investigating the distribution of digital income and how that's impacting on new music artists, legacy artists, record labels, the distribution of income from digital. So there's quite a push to do something about it. Certainly in the UK, to actually look at this. There's a campaign being run by, or being spearheaded by, a guy called Tom Gray, who was in a band called Gomez, you may remember from sort of the 90s. He's spearheading a campaign called Broken Record, which has been looking into this whole thing. So there's definitely, it's certainly in the UK, the discussion is fairly open and high level at the moment. Rather than kind of being kind of a small scale. I think it's interesting you're hearing about those figures in terms of GDP, because I think certainly in the UK it's higher than that, or that's the impression I've got. That it actually delivers the music business, I suppose, perhaps more generally. That might include things like the background stuff that goes with it as well, rather than just the record labels and distribution.
Like the festivals
possibly
and stuff
to
as
do
well.
with I was going to say the festivals, the touring connection, the tour support, all that kind of stuff that goes with it, maybe to do with it. But certainly it was a big argument, because we just here with politics and all the kind of discussion about things like fishing things because of Brexit and all that. But people saying that's a tiny proportion of GDP in the UK in comparison to what the music business is doing, and yet nobody's paying any attention to that, because we've got issues with people not being able to tour outside of the UK at the moment because they need blah blah blah. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the whole thing is a mess.
So
A mess,
let's hope we find a way
perhaps
forward.
it's a long-term light at the end of the tunnel, but maybe there is. So at least it appears that there is some sort of progress in terms of opening discussions, at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you must read this book if you can. I think
Alan Kruger.
you,
I just looked it up actually. Is it Alan Kruger's the guy's name?
Yeah. Look it up. There's a whole thing on the United Kingdom and their GDP and what people are spending. And what is quite interesting about it is just that I'm sounding like I'm doing a book tour for Alan Kruger, but like is that he interviewed a whole bunch of small time artists, like really like gig, just blues artists, the people playing in restaurants and bars, up to the Chili Peppers and Metallica and really big U2 and really big bands. So he did a broad spectrum analysis, which was quite cool, and it's quite a mammoth task to undertake and get to those figures. So it was quite interesting that he did it. The other interesting thing is that it was done right before COVID struck. The book came out, I think, in 2018.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on the shelves.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear his analysis now that COVID has hit and see how the economy is looking right now, and maybe do some comparison.
At that point, it was fairly obvious, I suppose, to a lot of people that so much of the income was coming from touring, as you said, and yet that's just been destroyed through this pandemic. So yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, just muting my phone there. Okay, let's get back to the Nude Girls.
Okay.
Right, let's chat Emerging Submarines. I know you guys did a really cool campaign before the single came out in terms of getting some of our favorite other artists in the country to do like kind of a, what's the word for it again? Oh, I've gone blank on the word.
A listening.
Yeah, kind of like they had to do a whole like kind of listen to it and without anybody hearing what the track was like, give their impressions of the song. What do you call it again, man? I've gone blank now. It's one of those days. This is what COVID brain does to you. But anyway, so, and I mean, I was loved watching them because you'd see people like Sito and the guys, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Do you mean a
But you
reaction?
can't hear what they're hearing.
You mean a reaction
videos?
video?
Thank you. Reaction videos. But we couldn't hear what they were hearing. So all you get is these guys with their reactions and their facial expression. It was absolutely brilliant. Because I'm used to reaction videos where you're seeing the video while they're watching it or hearing the track while they're watching it. But all you're getting is these guys going, whoa, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And then when it finally did drop, I think we all just went, wow. It was kind of like you got taken on a journey. And I think, and that's why I love this track so much, is it takes you on a journey of the old Nude Girls all the way through to the modern sound of what the Nude Girls are today. Is that kind of what we can expect on the album as well?
I think so. I think we drew some inspiration from local beats. Emerging Submarine, although a very heavy song, takes its beat reference from a Goomba beat, which is from the Boer Kaap. You know, that is very South African, that beat.
Yeah, very.
And you know, obviously our trumpet influence is also very, very South African, rooted in township and reggae and stuff like that. Not like reggae South African, but we definitely have a strong influence of that over here. So I think so, and I think in terms of the older albums, I think it was a lot more experimentation going on, and I don't think we thought about singles, but we just wanted to make something that we really like and we really enjoy, and we hope that other people will also like it. You know, we hope that the people we share it with can relate.
I think gathering first reactions, people are relating, and it's kind of like, and I mean, for me, having been watching and listening to the Nude Girls since you guys started, it kind of just feels right for roundabout now. Kind of feels like, you know, you did what you wanted to do, like you say, but it just feels like the kind of right album for the Nude Girls at this point in time of your careers. It just kind of it works, it fits. It fits where we are in our age, I suppose, because we can sit back and we can go, well, I remember 27 years ago, no problem. I was partying like a rock star. I'm not partying like a rock star anymore, but I feel like, you know, listening to this, why not? Let's party like it's 1999 again.
Well, I hope so. I mean, there's quite a lot of different type of tracks on it, and I hope. I hope people listen to it and have fun with it, because it was definitely a lot of fun for us making it, and that's the point, right? You're kidding me? Like I get to do music for a living. Yeah, there's not many people that can do music for a living.
Yeah,
exactly. Absolutely.
Really, 100. If I had that little like emoji icon that you press, it'd go 100%, absolutely.
100%. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. And I mean, you know, that's why I think we're all still sitting here. I mean, you know, and I'm still getting to be involved in the music industry. I started in 1986, I think was in my first band. And that's a long time ago now when you think about it. And I'm still involved in the industry and I love it more than ever. So, I think, you know, it's, and I listen to a lot of the young bands now. And we actually had a band that we live streamed on Sunday from Hell's Kitchen called Terrarium. And they've got this trumpet player, but the groove just took me back to the 90s of that whole kind of Nude Girls, New Academics, you know, Plush, all of those bands that were like, you know, it just made me remember why I loved South African music. And I think, you know, the 90s was when really Lithium. And I've seen you guys and Honor and the guys have been posting these photos from like the Benson Hedges tours back in 90-something or the other. Man, and I remember those. I went to those. And I was saying, like,
crazy.
We partied at those like rock stars.
Although you cannot trust the guy that smokes Benson and Hedges.
Yeah, that's true. But is it still even available?
I don't know. Well, it was normally when you go buy a car and the car salesman will smoke Benson and Hedges.
Yep,
and it will be here in this pocket.
Yes,
Like
with the pen
there.
next to it.
Yeah, that's
with
the
the pen
pocket
next to
there with the thing.
Brilliant. Well, guys, let's take a listen to the video. And let's take a watch of the video. Not take a listen. This is it. This is Springbok Nude Girls. This is Emerging Submarines. Put it loud, play it loud, and enjoy it.
The answer, my friends, highly trained moment. We are independent, call a referendum. Gotta go deeper, sleeper cells awake them. The equinox, get into the loading box. How low can we go? How deep, when should we meet? Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines. Sweetheart, all the soldiers, the astronauts who told us means are merely skin deep. We just gotta breathe deep from the abyss, rise up to the shore. Revolution, say no more. How low can we go? How deep, when should we meet? Emerging submarines, we are. 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 Emerging submarine. Emerging submarines, we are. 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 Emerging submarines. Without a home, where would I be? Can't sit around, stand my ground, waiting for the lost and found. Emerging submarines, we are. 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 We are.
Wow, 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 wow. Springbok Nude Girls, Emerging Submarines on New Music Mondays. As Rion says, goeie fuck dis befok. And you can't argue with that. I think that's about the best way to describe it.
I can't
Even my mom's
it.
like, wow, rock on.
I won't argue. Brilliant. I think I get the gist though.
Yeah, I think you get the gist of that.
I was just thinking as I was listening to that. Well, there's two things I wanted to say. Firstly, I started off liking it, and I ended up absolutely loving it. It was like the beginning. I was like, "This is cool." By the end, it was like, "Fuck you, come on!" Awesome. And also,
Why, you got to play that on your radio show?
Oh, so that was the other thing I was doing, was putting it on the playlist. And and the other thing I was thinking, just having, again, been at the main stage festival at Victorious at Portsmouth yesterday, I was just thinking, how good would this go down on that stage yesterday? That would have, the folks there would have just loved that. The sound of that, with that crowd there yesterday, they'd have loved it. They'd have loved it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We must come
We
over
need more nude girls.
We must come over to the UK
that's
again.
a good phrase.
You definitely need to. You definitely need to go. I can't wait. So the launch on the 3rd of October, where is that going to be taking place, Theo?
That'll be at the Daisy Jones bar in Stellenbosch, and I think we only have. I think there's only we hopefully we'll get tickets up by 100, but I think it will be 50 VIP tickets that will sell at the show. I think it's about what we can do for now. Maybe we can get it up to 100 as the COVID cases seem to lower.
Yeah, I think we were 7,000 today. So they say if we can stay below 10,000 for 5 days consecutively, we will drop to another level. Which will change everything.
Yeah, so hopefully by then we can sell a bit more tickets and
any plans for Joburg?
We're actually playing a festival in Joburg on the 24th of September, but it's not part of the launch. It's just actually have completely Misty Waters. We're playing Misty Waters.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is Misty Waters happening? I didn't even realize it was actually happening.
It's happening.
Cool.
It was postponed and postponed and postponed, and as far as I know, it is now on the 24th. Yeah, it's so touch and go these days with festival. Just now the festival's there, then it's not there anymore. So you don't know, I never know.
Well, if you're in Joburg, you must come visit our little answer to Tiny Desk here. So we've created this thing called Tales from the Lounge, which is South Africa's answer to Tiny Desk. We've built this little live music venue studio, which we do our own version of Tiny Desk in South Africa called Tales from the Lounge. Go check it out on DiscovrTV.
Awesome.
It's very cool. So yeah, if you guys are in, we'd love to have you in the studio to come and do a Tales
That'd be
from the Lounge,
great.
which is really cool. Yeah, so it's a hell of a vibe. We've had Wendy Oldfield, Black Harbour Blues Band, Black Cat Bones are coming in soon, so it's a really cool vibe. It's just so we do like 4 songs, and it's very like Tiny Desk, and then it's all filmed and everything like that. It looks like a real cool lounge setup kind of vibe.
Awesome.
So we do that from the studio. It's love to have you guys. Absolutely love to.
So me and Arno did like our own show, like a Kraus and Carstens, just us two.
Nice.
Doing the show, and it was small, and we did about 10 songs, but we spent about an hour talking about stuff that happened on tour while we were on tour. Cool. And I think it was our most successful show in terms of we didn't know what was going to come out of this show. But there's so many stories of us just not even drug stories, well, drug stories as well, but just us getting lost and losing stuff and ending up in the weirdest places on earth while on tour. And so that would be an awesome thing to share when we come play at your venue.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Thea, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor to have you on the show. I can't wait to see you guys live again. Can't wait to see you guys live again. Yeah, and I mean, when you are in Joburg, I mean, when we do start opening up and, just get gigs going again, just come rock Joburg off its socks because it needs it. Man. We'll all be there in our 90s gear. Rocking like it's 1994 again. Why not? If not, why not? Yeah, gotta love it. And I can't wait for the album. I'm waiting Friday morning, moment I wake up. Go and add the album to all your playlists, everybody. You've got to. let's get the Nude Girls to #1 again and just
Yay.
be the most popular rock band in the country, in the world. Why not? And like Martin
Awesome.
says, you would have taken any stage yesterday, this weekend, and
yeah.
rocked it. Any of those festivals. There is no doubt about it. The Nude Girls would have rocked those festivals left, right, and
Martin, get us to the United Kingdom. Come on, man.
yeah, let's do
Okay.
it. Yeah, we are actually. So what we're trying to
I'm
do,
sorry I've let you down so far. I'll get on it.
we've got a plan to start our own DiscovrTV circuit where we're going to send South African bands to the UK, and UK bands we're going to bring them to South Africa to cross tour. So like
Oh,
get
awesome.
two bands to go to the UK and they tour with two of the bands there, and then we bring two of the bands here and they tour with two South African bands here. So we're trying to work on this for next year if we can get things doors back open. I've been speaking
Yeah.
to some sponsors and to see what we can do, and people do seem excited by the concept. So we're hoping we can pull something together next year because there's some really, really cool bands that we've been uncovering in the UK as well. And obviously from South Africa, there's some amazing talent as well that's coming out of here, and getting the guys into the UK. Like you say, we've got to go. I mean, there are so many people that will love the sound that what we bring out of this country.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to keep on trying different things. And and may the Nude Girls reign forever.
Awesome. Thank you
not?
guys for having me.
Pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, Theo. Have a good evening. And we'll
Thanks,
definitely
you
chat
too.
soon.
Take
Cool.
care.
Okay.
Okay, cheers,
Bye, Martin.
They'll be out.
Bye.
Bye, Julian.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was cool.
Straight
That
on
was very
the-
cool.
Straight on the list. Love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
How cool is that track? Definitely gets one of those.
Oh yeah. Get a double whammy.
There we go. Well, Lucretious, I can't get hold of. I've tried him now 3 times.
Okay.
He's not answering his phone. His phone is now off. So either he's lost internet or he's lost his phone or something like that. So we'll get him back on next week.
There will be a time. It'll be at the right time. It'll happen.
Yeah,
Shall we trust? Shall we trust in that? At the right time, it'll happen.
absolutely. And I'm also excited to say that we've got our New Music Monday top
Music
6
Money
now.
top 6 coming up, yeah!
Yeah!
We should do that. Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the New Music Mondays top 6. Should we get right into it, Martin?
Let's hit it.
Let's hit it. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This week's New Music Mondays top 6. And dropping down from last week's #1, Theo defeat us with Sorry Not Sorry. We're not sorry, we love this band. And coming in at #5, it's the Springbok Nude Girls. You've just seen the video. They're heading into our charts with Emerging Submarine. How to get this one in? This week's #4, going up, Sam Gifford with Shadows in the Dark. Love this track.
Got great sound on this track.
Oh,
Great production.
Great song.
You throw me down.
And this week's #3, heading up the charts. And she was at Portsmouth yesterday.
Happy birthday, Roxanne, for yesterday.
Happy birthday, Roxanne. Oh, see, she said thank you. Good timing, man.
A deer in the head.
And at #2, we just can't get enough of Wet Leg. Stays long.
Is your mother worried? Would you like us to assign someone to worry your mother? Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me.
And that means, ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new #1.
Oh, what is it?
A Boy Named Blue.
You said you'd be someday. I'm tired of your nonsense, but just
Can't get enough of this young man. We're hearing very exciting things happening for him internationally as well. This is where Lucy said, watch out for this young man. We believe he's going to go big.
He's got new coming out soon, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a brand new EP, and I've got a taste of it. And I've got to tell you, Martin, it's a banger. Boy Named Blue at number 1 on New Music Monday's Top 6. There you have it.
That's a good selection of songs, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you only
And remember, you can get all these songs on our New Music Mondays playlist on YouTube and on Spotify. So go and check them out. You can watch all the tracks we've had over. There's actually 2 playlists for New Music Mondays now. There's a 2021 and our 2021 one as well. So you can go back and check out all the videos that we've had on New Music Mondays. And there have been some crackers. I heard the new King's Parade single.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
I think I played it on my show that last week when it came out. I said, these are the ones that they rejected from the album.
That really makes me rejected from the album. I mean, these boys just don't stop, do they?
No. Yeah, really good. Another really good track. I'll give a little shout out to. I went to another gig on Friday actually because we're doing these things. I went to an EP launch for an artist I know locally called Cara, we're gonna get her on the show very soon because the EP is out now. Well, it was great. I met a lot of people that I hadn't seen for a while. But one of the people I saw was, do you remember Luke James Williams? We've had him on the show.
Oh man, he's brilliant.
And it was great because I think we've been on twice, and both times we were saying it'll be great when you're able to get out live again and everything, wasn't it? And there we was. We were actually able to say to each other, "Hey, look, here we are. You're playing. I'm here watching. How good is this?"
Wow.
We can finally get over that hurdle of having said it'll be great when we can actually do this again.
What was that track of his again?
Blood Jump, I think, was the one that. Yeah.
So what's he up to?
He's got an album on the way in the not too distant future. It's been. I think it was in the planning. The singles were the tracks that came out. This Says and Blood Jump, I think, were singles from the album. But then he's kind of put the brakes on a little bit because of the whole sort of difficulty of promoting and getting out and touring and all that kind of stuff. But there's an album on the way.
He was definitely an artist that I was like, okay, this guy's going to go far. No doubt about it. Absolutely. I can't wait to hear that. I mean, that's definitely one for the books. So yeah, we did have Lucretious lined up, as I mentioned earlier, and unfortunately he has been unable to join us. So I'm just going to park his video till next week when we'll be able to bring him back on. Which means we either got to choose something to play out with Martin, or we're just going to end the show. I mean, what do you feel? It's up to you. Your call this week. What do you say, Martin?
I don't know.
Okay, but let's quickly on the subject of new music. Wait, while you're thinking about it. So Kanye West finally dropped the album.
Yeah, it was funny. We were kind of sitting because one of the guys I was with yesterday is he's a journalist, basically, writes for the music press. So he was getting obviously the stuff coming through yesterday from about Kanye West. He was getting it, the official press release and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
he's blaming his record label for releasing without his permission.
I was going to say he's now saying that he didn't authorize it coming out. Yeah.
So I've tried. I've listened to it. Now listen, I give Kanye credit where Kanye deserves credit. He is a phenomenon in his own. But I will say one thing about this album is it feels like it's totally unfinished. Every song feels like he just didn't complete the track. It feels like he has an idea. I'll just throw it out there, but I'm not going to finish it. And it's kind of like I'm sitting there. He's got 26 tracks on the album. Right. He could have just given us 10 bangers and 10 songs that would have felt like, I sat there and I'm like going, okay, the song starts off and now what? I keep waiting for something more.
Yeah. He's already had 2 launch parties for it, hasn't he?
Yeah. And it's kind of like, and then what happens?
Do you know what?
All these albums were waiting for December originally, remember? All were coming out in December. Now what happens? Today, who announces Drake's launching his album on Friday?
I bet that'll be finished.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling that's going to sound finished. But yeah, it's just like...
Isn't the artwork, it's all black, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you kind of go, has he got any awareness? This is Spinal Tap, isn't it?
I don't know. It's like,
What's going on? Has he got
does he
any
actually give a
awareness?
shit? Does he
I
care?
don't know. I mean, I have seen a couple of my artist friends who have a couple of them have said, "Oh yeah, they're obviously enjoying the album," but whether that I don't know. I've never been a fan, so I'm not the best person to judge what's coming out from Kanye.
Yeah, I'm like
There's
kind of
bits and pieces that I've got hold of, but as a sort of cultural icon, it's passed me by completely. There's just the odd track that I've like, oh yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
But probably the last thing that I really liked was from the was it 808 and Heartbreaks? I mean, that's a long
Yeah,
time
Love
ago
Lockdown.
now.
That was we were talking about it in the car. Love Lockdown was probably the last track where I went, wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
What an incredible song.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's
for
a
me,
long time
I mean,
ago now,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's
it is.
That's got to be getting on for 10 years ago now.
Yeah, no, easily. So I'm like sitting there. I'm a bit underwhelmed, and I know I've got a lot of friends that are big Kanye fans. And are we doing our show this week, by the way, on Thursday?
Yeah,
Are we on?
yeah.
Yay! So I think we're going to phone. We're going to do this. On Thursday. We're going to phone a pro Kanye.
Okay.
And a non-pro Kanye, and see what the different reactions are to this album. And I've got exactly both people I want to phone. So
All
I'm
right,
looking
cool.
forward to that. And
I'll see if I can get anyone from this side as well.
Yeah, so I think that's
give it some
definitely
UK
worthwhile.
perspective as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I've kind of like, I have been getting my playlist ready for the week, and oh man, there are some banger tracks that have dropped in the last couple of weeks. There's no doubt about it. So I'm like really excited by some of the new music that's coming up.
Yeah, and of course we've got the whole world of existing music to pull from as well.
Yeah, there's a new Sam Fender. I mean, yeah, there's some killer
Yeah,
tracks. I can't
Sam's
wait.
new stuff, very good. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's some really really good tracks that are coming out as well, and some good albums. So yeah, I think it's going to be a killer show Thursday night at what time do we do this? Same time, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah, well, yes. Well, whenever you want, really. Enjoy it at 7 p.m. We'll do it at the same time. Yeah, 7 p.m. South Africa, 6 p.m. UK. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
2 hours of What the F Radio live on Mixcloud. So come and join us. Come and listen to music. Come and join in the chat. You're welcome to phone us even.
Yeah,
Come tell us what songs are your What the F
Get
moments.
in touch. Drop us a line.
Yeah, get us touch.
If anything, it's even less structured and organized than this is.
No, we don't have a top six. We just play music. Some classics, some songs that you sit there and you go, oh, wow, remember that? Because that's exactly what it's about. It's that what the F moment that we remember and we go, wow.
Yeah,
So
either
I'm
that,
really
remember
looking forward
this, or I've never heard that before. How have I missed it? Or this is brand new. Wow. Yeah, all of
And
that.
then tomorrow night for our first live stream with these guys is what we call the Tuesday Funk. Live from Hell's Kitchen with Sia from The Brother Moves On. And a whole load of artists, and I'm really, really excited. That Tuesday Funk Presents is what the show's called. It'll be carried live on DiscovrTV tomorrow night from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. 4 hours of pure funk, Martin. You should come and check this out tomorrow night on DiscovrTV. We're going to be live.
What time?
And I'm really, really looking forward to that. That's going to be great fun. So it's going to be a really serious lineup, and you can just get
What time?
Let's see if I can share screen. 5 p.m. South African time. Oh, yeah, you go, so you can check it out there.
5 p.m. in South Africa, 4 p.m. in the UK then.
There you go. So there we go. We're going live with that Tuesday Funk Presents, and there's a whole load of artists that are going to be joining us, hosted by the Jealous Boys. This is going to be killer live from Hell's Kitchen. I cannot wait. It is going to be a killer lineup, and we're going to be live. So I'm really looking forward to that. This weekend, we've got the Black Cat Bones live from Hell's Kitchen as well. Tomorrow, Ross Harding live. Tales from the Lounge is launching, and we are also launching our brand new Tales from an African Lounge this week, Friday.
Brilliant.
So there's a lot happening this side. Lots of great new music, great acts, and so yeah, we're really excited. We've got some very interesting discussions taking place where we're hoping to really. I had a really good chat to Christoph. Christoph is also going to be wanting to come and join us on some of these shows as well, and from Zurich. So there's some exciting stuff happening in the balcony. I said balcony TV nearly for a second there because we were chatting.
That's a throwback.
Well, that was quite funny because we were chatting about balcony TV, Christoph and I, and he was like, should we try and approach Sony and buy back the balcony TV brand? I don't think Sony give a damn. Let's be honest. I think they've just lost interest in it because it doesn't exist. They sold the URL. There's nothing left.
There's still a Sony promoted balcony TV if you look on Facebook, isn't there?
No. Well, that nothing's been posted in a year.
Oh no, but it's still there.
Still there, but
I know there's no new content, but I'm not sure they still own it.
Yeah,
I mean, without venting all our frustrations live on the air, as I've said to you before, it's very frustrating from my point of view. The DiscovrTV UK branding is still owned by the Orchard in the UK, although they did the DiscovrTV channel, not the branding.
Yes.
Sorry, the DiscovrTV channel that was the Balcony TV channel is still linked to the Orchard and Sony, and they won't do anything about releasing it. So I can do everything on it except link it and kind of do all the kind of things that we would like to do in the background. Doesn't actually affect the foreground very much, but just in terms of making my life easier,
yeah,
it would be really helpful.
Yeah,
like
sure.
you said, like it's just a shame that it was all kind of. Even yesterday, I was speaking to artists about Balcony TV again, just meeting people at this festival, and they're saying, what happened? It's got such a shame. So many. The guy that was playing with Roxanne was saying, I've been on so many of these shows and like with various artists because he's a session musician, plays guitar and keyboards.
Yeah.
So I've played with loads of artists on some of these sessions, and they've all gone. It's just so sad.
I downloaded
that
all
record,
ours.
like we've said before,
Yeah.
just that record of something that was done has been taken away. Not the kind of wanting to do anything about it or anything, just the kind of I did that show. Where is it as an archive apart from anything else? It's
Absolutely.
madness.
I've still got every single show we ever produced as Balcony TV South Africa. I have every single one on a hard drive. And, artists are always asking me, oh, what happened to that? What happened to that? I mean, and some great artists were discovered on Balcony. And
Yeah.
look, that's why we're doing this. I mean, we're hoping that we can help build the new Balcony TV as such, in terms of as DiscovrTV, and help to artists to be discovered as well. And I think, in the last year, just on this show, the amount of new artists that we've discovered alone, I think has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm really chuffed about that more than anything else.
Yeah.
But we carry on, as they say. So it is what it is.
Well, we can only do what we can do, and sometimes there's no. You can. What's the phrase? Crying over spilt milk or whatever.
Yeah.
We can look backwards or we can look forwards, and as much as it's kind of, you can have a little bit of a rant and annoyance about stuff that's happened. But everybody here is doing the right thing. Everybody that we speak is doing the right thing by looking forward and getting, let's go from here rather than look backwards. So.
Yeah. But let's play out with some music.
Yeah, man.
And talking of, and I'm really excited, you did choose this song, Martin. I'm very, very, very excited that you chose this song. Yeah, because we did speak about him. And here, ladies and gentlemen, to play us out tonight is the incredible, and one of my songs of last year, no doubt about it. This song just absolutely blew me away when I first heard it. This is Luke James Williams with Blood Jump, and we will see you next week.
See you guys.
Have a good
Bye.
one, everybody. Bye.
You'll never know the things you do to me. The way the earth bends under my feet. It's hard to explain the way you make me feel. It's like life becomes realer than real. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around. I start to taste colors and I start to see sound. You make my blood jump around. You take me to places I've never been, to other worlds rarely seen. And when we sail to these different planes, well, your love's the drug coursing through my veins. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around. I start to taste colors and I start to see sound. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around. I start to taste colors and I start to see sound. You make my blood jump around. All this hidden beauty reveals itself to me. The world looks like a different place with you by my side. When I open my eyes, a place where I wanna be. You make my blood jump around. Everything changed. Everything changed when you came around. Well, you lifted me up off of the ground. So now I float. Now I float everywhere that I go. And I need you more than you will ever know. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around. I start to taste colors and I start to see sound. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around. I start to taste colors and I start to see sound. I wanna get lost with you and never be found. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around. You make my blood jump around.